Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I am Gary, your host. Now, this was an unplanned comic book review. And it was actually by special request. Now, if you've watched my last couple of videos, you know a couple days ago that I did a review of the new Gold Key Boris Karloff thing, and it was disappointing. And at this, when I bought this book, at the same time I bought this one here, Archie's Halloween Spectacular. And I wasn't planning on doing this, but in that video, I had commented on that this Archie's Halloween Spectacular was a more satisfying read than that Boris Karloff book. And then I got a comment in my on that video, and it was and I hope you don't mind me saying this, Stephen. It's a comment from Stephen Butler, who is the artist and the lead story in this issue, the penciler. And he said he likes my videos, and he specifically requested that I do a review of this book. So I am going to do a review of this issue, which is fine by me. And my Archie comic reviews don't usually get as many views, but that's okay. Now this is brand spanking new. I think it came out last week. Archie one-shot Halloween Spectacular, and in it, see if you can see it here across the top, it said, "Spooky spirits trick and treat return in an all-new story." It's the official comic book of Halloween. It has this nice cover drawing, color illustration by Dan Parent. Of course, Archie out trick-or-treating. He hit the mother load, of course, and everyone. Jughead as a werewolf. It's funny because, of course, they had the Hunger miniseries, and Betty as the Grim Reaper, which kind of fits with the serial killer father from Riverdale, and then Veronica she's just an ordinary little devil. But then Kevin Keller in the background as Freddy Krueger. And I showed this to my wife. That's what she spotted, because it says, "Oh, Freddy." It's because she is a big Freddy fan, has done Freddy costumes for as many times, and has even made and sold some Freddy Krueger gloves. And she's just a big Freddy fan, so that's what caught her attention. Now, so Stephen Butler. Okay, and I read this right after I read the Boris Karloff book. Before I did that review, and so here, and I actually enjoyed it. Here's the main story is Trick and Treat. Now there are two goofy little characters that were introduced in a special last year. They're magical little characters, and they always seem to fortunately have Sabrina around to limit their mischievousness. And now, this is written by Tom DeFalco, pencils by Stephen Butler, and the book doesn't want to stay open. Jim Amash as inks, etc. Now this is fun because he's Treat is reading some old monster-oriented Archie comics, and then Trick is the one with the jack-o'-lantern head. He comes up, okay, and they get the idea. They want to go celebrate. It's a little bit of a fourth wall break. Celebrate Halloween with Archie and the gang. And Archie and the gang are setting up for a Halloween party. Yes, a Halloween Spectacular is a Halloween party. house is rented, loaned to them by Veronica's father. Unfortunately. Now, look here in the backgrounds here. It really looks like a cool house. I like this kind of stairs. And there's little, you can see the people in the background. And then this little character, he'll show up again later too. It's a little inside joke there. And I like his work on here. Kind of a retro look on the faces of the main characters, and but then I really like the house that they're in, the manor. It looks like it come right out of the Addams Family. Oh, it looks so spooky. So Archie and Jughead, who's supposed to be helping set up, they go exploring in the house, and Trick and Treat are there, and they're going to cause trouble. And one thing I noticed that she has the nice spooky looking backgrounds, but here you got keep having these pictures in the background of all these real creepy looking people in the backgrounds. So they go looking around, but Trick is doing this stuff, and boom, may I direct you boys? This monster pops out, scares the crap out of them. They run down the hall, and then there's a vampire coming out. Meanwhile, Sabrina has popped up, and this is and if you've followed me at all, you know, Sabrina is probably my favorite Archie character. And this is a really, really nice version of Sabrina. And it really, really, really looks a lot like the Dan Parent version from the 60s. There's Treat causing problems, eating everything, while Trick is there. Now, this is probably my favorite monster right here. Doing this great version, and funny as heck, version of the Gill Man from Creature from the Black Lagoon. Another creepy looking guy in the back on the wall. And this is a real nice version of the Gill Man. And then here's another monster popping up and chasing the boys around while they're screaming, yelling, running around. And Sabrina, she puts the kibosh on their fun while the boys run out and say they've had enough. But they say, see you next year. Now that's a lot of fun, and I'm just sad that the lead story, the new story, is only 5 pages long. It would have been fun to have had it 8 or 10 pages long, really. I think it was a cute bit of writing, and I really do like the artwork. And the inker must have been right there, you know, hand in glove with Stephen Butler, and the nice inking, lettering too, the way it changes as needed. Then the other stories, can't be that long ago. It's a reprint from drawn by Rex Lindsay, and sorry Stephen, but Rex Lindsay is probably my favorite Archie artist currently. And no offense meant. But I really like this. The kid's going to a party. See, it's got the cell phone stuff, so it can't be that old. Taking a shortcut through a cemetery, and weird stuff happens, and all kinds of craziness ensues. Then another one walking through the cemetery. This goes back to the 60s. Drawn by Harry Lucy, written by Frank Doyle. And Jughead and Archie cutting through the cemetery and expecting to see something. This is probably, overall, actually the funniest story in here, because this vampire pops up, and they're wanting to find some excitement, and they don't know. They're just like dunderheads. Well, the vampire takes them, and I can't go all into the story, but he's trying to scare them, and they don't get scared. And they don't get scared, not because they're brave, because they're too dumb. And then here, another Sabrina story. This can't be very old either, because it's got Amber Nightstone, and she hasn't been around that long. And Tanya Del Rio writer and Bill Galvin pencils. And this is, I like this one too. Of course, I like the Sabrina. Actually, no offense, I do think Stephen Butler's pencils are better. And then there's the villainous girl, and she pops up in a more serious Archie horror one-shot that's out right now too. And then the whole thing wraps up with a spooky collection of covers, and all the monsters that Jughead and Reggie and Archie ran into in the house are from these covers. Unfortunately, this one here, the Sorcery, is the only cover that I've got. But I'd like to have all of these, and a whole bunch of really nice things. There's that monster there, and that's a whole lot of fun. I enjoy it, and it's a good book, and it's good for kids. So get it for your kids if you're an adult, because they'll get a kick out of it. And I like some of the newer, more action-oriented or adventure-oriented, newer Archie stuff with the new, the new stuff. So that's all I've got. I recommend it. Have fun with it, and it's fitting for Halloween. And please like, share, subscribe. Do leave a comment. Oh, and yeah, speaking of sharing, Stephen, you better share this with all your friends, everybody you know. And remember, comics are art.